The Emperor's New Clothes, a story about a narcissistic emperor whose need for recognition tricked him into being made a fool. However, through the teachings and therapeutic methods of a little boy, he was able to find his true meaning in the end. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Once upon a time, there was an emperor who loved clothes. He loved clothes more than anything else. Every year on his birthday, he would ask for lots of new clothes. And every year for his Christmas present, he would ask for lots of new clothes. In fact, all the emperor ever wanted was lots of new clothes. The emperor loved clothes so much that he had a whole room full of them. And he loved clothes so much he would get changed 12 times a day. He needed these clothes to uphold his ego. He was a narcissist who would pay anything for the fanciest of clothes. His many clothes fostered his creativity in his outfits.
One day, a stranger arrived at the Emperor's palace. The peasant said, "We can make you the most beautiful clothes in all the world, and everyone will want clothes just like yours."
Ah, this is what I've always wished for, to wear the most beautiful clothes in all the world. You shall make me these beautiful clothes. For weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, the strangers worked on the clothes and wouldn't let anybody see what they were doing.
But the emperor grew impatient and began to show aggression. He wanted to see the new clothes now. So one day he demanded to see them. When the strangers showed up to him, the emperor looked all around the room. He looked high and he looked low, but he couldn't see the new clothes anywhere.
Clothes that I paid you to make.
The peasant said, "But they're right here, your majesty. What do you think? Aren't they made of the most delightful material, the most sparkling colors, the most fashionable design?" The emperor looked around confused. He couldn't see anything.
I can't see any clothes at all.
These clothes are so special and rare that only the cleverest people can see them. They are too fine to be seen by stupid and ignorant people. That is the magic of these amazing new clothes.
The emperor said, "Oh, of course, of course. They are beautiful. This is just what I've always wanted. I'm sure my new clothes will be greatly admired by all of my people. Can I try them on?"
Well, as you can see, they're not quite finished yet. But if you could pay us a little bit more money, I'm sure we could have it ready in time for the big parade.
The emperor promised to pay the strangers anything they wanted if they would have the new clothes ready for the big parade. He wanted everybody in the kingdom to see them. As for the peasants, it was clear their only incentive was money, and they had no care for morality. The day the big parade came, and the stranger presented the emperor with his new clothes.
Everyone will admire you, your majesty. The new clothes look most wonderful. By this time, the word had gotten out that these new clothes were so special that they could only be seen by clever people, and not wanting to appear stupid or ignorant, all the emperor's friends said,
How beautiful!
"What colors!
What style!
Your new clothes are magnificent, your majesty."
Oh dear, all my friends can see my new clothes, but I can't. Does this mean I'm stupid and ignorant and not fit to be an emperor? My self-esteem is truly tarnished. I will have to pretend I can see them so that nobody thinks I'm stupid. No one can know the truth.
When it was time for the big parade, the emperor put on the new clothes, said, "Follow me," to his friends, and marched out of the palace and onto the street.
Crowds of people lined the road and watched the emperor in the big parade. There were knights on horseback, huge elephants with jewels, and smartly dressed soldiers parading along the street. But the star attraction of the big parade were the emperor's new clothes. The crowds all heard that the only clever people could see the emperor's new clothes, and not wanting to appear stupid or ignorant, they all said,
What a lovely outfit!
"Doesn't he look smart?"
How lovely are the emperor's new clothes! As the emperor was walking out with his daughter, she tripped and quickly went inside since she was so embarrassed and thought everyone saw her and was making fun of her.
The emperor was very pleased that everyone was admiring his new clothes, even if he couldn't see them himself.
Suddenly, a little voice from the crowd shouted out,
Hang on! He's got nothing on! The emperor is as naked as the day he was born!
Let the kid's right. He has no clothes on.
A hushed silence fell over the crowd and the big parade stopped. Then, everyone suddenly burst out laughing. The emperor was quite embarrassed and he began to blush.
Pass me a cloak. These peasants clearly made the belief bias effect work since I believed that their clothes were actually magnificent. I must return to the palace and put some clothes on. I should never have trusted those strangers that only wanted to flatter me and take my money.
From that day on, the emperor gave the little boy an important job in his palace because he was the only person that had told the truth. And whenever the emperor needed advice, he would always ask the little boy first. The boy became his therapist and developed a humanistic therapeutic approach to how to cure the emperor. Since the emperor was doubtful of his influence and intelligence, the boy did his best to make his client feel wholesome and exploring his potential by having the emperor express his feelings.
And how does that make you feel? And everybody was making fun of me. And they're all laughing at me. It's okay. Just tell me, what troubles you? Me? I felt naked in front